What is going on, everybody? Those who don't know, I go by BLSG, and this is another Sixers video. If you guys are new to this channel, I love talking Philly sports video every single day. Go down below and hit the subscribe button, smash the like button, and make sure to turn on the notification bell so you guys are instantly notified whenever I upload a new video. Now, as most of you, if not all of you guys probably know, the trade deadline for the NBA was today, and the Sixers did make a trade. And breaking news, as the Philadelphia 76ers have somehow, some way, found a way to trade for James Harden. Yes, I said it, James Harden. And in order for that to happen, the Sixers had to give up multiple pieces, but no matter what happens, it was going to be a big haul to get James Harden. It costed Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, Andre Drummond, and 2 first-round picks for James Harden and Paul Millsap. So, we're going to really talk about this trade right now. We'll probably get into some pros and cons and just give my overall thoughts and probably grade on this too. So anyway, let's just jump right into it. So, Philadelphia 76ers, trade for James Harden. Unbelievable move. Great move at the trade deadline by DARYL. DARYL Morey. Before we continue on, round of applause for DARYL Morey. DARYL Morey, you found a way to pull this off. You have wanted James Harden for probably a year or so. You have wanted James Harden for so long, and you know what, DARYL Morey and Sixers fans, you guys have gotten what you wanted, and I've wanted James Harden, and this is a huge piece that the Sixers needed on their roster. They needed this player in James Harden to be a great second option to Joel Embiid, and unbelievable job by DARYL Morey to start this off. Second of all, this was also a great move because Harden, alongside of Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey, as well as surrounded by Tobias Harris, who surprisingly did not get traded, and then DARYL playing the small forward position. This is a great move as well because you probably have a dynamic trio again in James Harden, Joel Embiid, and Tyrese Maxey. And the funny thing is, I am not surprised, actually I really am surprised that Tobias Harris did not get put in this deal because in the past few games, he was struggling a little bit, but apparently in the next few games before the trade deadline, Tobias Harris, he really stepped up. And I think one of the Sixers coaches, maybe Doc Rivers or DARYL Morey, said when they probably went up to the presser, if they did have a press conference today, they probably said, yeah, Tobias Harris has definitely stepped up, and we definitely do not want to put him in a James Harden trade. So I think we're going to keep Tobias Harris. And that, in my opinion, was definitely the right move to keep Tobias Harris because he's starting to get better. He's starting to get back to his consistency. And that's just a great move. And also, of course, we're also coming out saying that DARYL could have been included in that deal. But he did end up getting replaced by Seth Curry in that deal as well. So, DARYL, they wanted Matisse in that deal, but apparently they realized that they would be giving up 2 defenders and 2 of their best defenders in Ben Simmons and DARYL. They would be giving up 2 defenders, so apparently DARYL Morey decides, you know what, we want to keep DARYL. We are going to have to sacrifice a Philadelphia 76er. We are going to have to sacrifice one to make this James Harden deal possible. And they ended up sacrificing Seth Curry. I know Seth Curry is a pretty big loss for the Sixers, but all that matters is that James Harden's in Philly, and I think we pretty much upgraded at the shooting guard position because if Curry were to still be on the team, he'd probably be on the bench being a bench scorer instead of in the starting lineup. So again, round of applause by DARYL Morey for getting the job done, and let's continue. So next thing we are going to get into is the pros and cons from this trade. This is just coming from my personal perspective. You guys can probably give your thoughts down in the comments section whenever you guys want. Anyway, we're going to start with the pros and then we're going to go to the cons. I have 2 for each side and we're going to get into that right now. So the pros for this one. Number 1, you bring in James Harden, who is a great second option next to Joel Embiid, and This is also a really good piece for the Philadelphia 76ers and can definitely make them a much more dangerous team. And Harden alongside Joel Embiid can be very dangerous. So Harden, honestly, alongside Joel Embiid is seriously a great duo right there. That is a great duo right there. And then number 2, James Harden. He can provide you with that consistency. He is a star player, folks. This is no ordinary player in James Harden. This is no ordinary player. This is a star that DARYL Morey gets at the NBA trade deadline. DARYL Morey, once again, incredible job bringing James Harden into Philly. This is going to be a great second option in Philadelphia besides Joel Embiid. And anyway, let's move on to the cons now. Yes, there are, in my opinion, cons to this trade, and here we go. Number 1 con to this trade. We will miss Andre Drummond's rebounds. Yes, because Andre Drummond, he used to be the rebounding king in Philadelphia. He used to grab most of, if not a lot of our rebounds in Philly. And without him, we might be going back down to the worst rebounding team in the league unless the Sixers can really step up on their rebounding, because Andre Drummond was a huge rebounding center. He was a huge rebounding center, folks. He was a huge rebounding center, Andre Drummond. He was a center who could grab all the boards, because he is known for grabbing many boards. And without him, this team, I don't know if they're going to be able to rebound. The rebounding is a question to me until we can see it in action. And then my number 2 con is that Tyrese Maxey is going to get less minutes because of the James Harden trade. Yes, because now James Harden is a Philadelphia 76er, which I like, by the way. Tyrese Maxey, though, is going to get less minutes because with Harden and Embiid now, those are 2 powerhouses, alright? Those are 2 powerhouses that you cannot mess around with. And because Harden is in Philly now, Tyrese Maxey is going to get less run. But hopefully, it'll probably be cut down to maybe like 20-25 minutes now for Tyrese Maxey. Ever since Tyrese Maxey has been with the Philadelphia 76ers, and before we got James Harden, he's been playing to over 30 minutes, possibly 40 minutes. He's been playing for 30 to 40 minutes before James Harden came to Philly. But now that James Harden came to Philly, it might now be 20 to 25 minutes for Tyrese Maxey now, since James Harden is in Philly with the Philadelphia 76ers. And once again, DARYL Morey, great job in getting this deal done. And now, my official grade for this deal right here. And you know what? DARYL Morey, you wanted James Harden for so long. You've gotten your gift. And you know what, DARYL? A++. DARYL Morey, you have pulled off the unthinkable. You've pulled off the impossible. DARYL Morey has put up a great move, and who he has been chasing for over, if not a year, James Harden. DARYL Morey, thank you so much. This is an A+ deal, in my personal opinion. And even though we lose like Seth Curry, Andre Drummond, and I know we only have 2 centers on the roster, unless of Paul Reed by some small ball center, I completely understand that. But James Harden is another scorer that you could seriously add to this roster. Averages, I believe, about 23 points a game, and can definitely help you out every now and then. I believe he also averages, I think it's like 8 rebounds, but I don't have the stats right in front of me, but I think James Harden was a huge piece. DARYL Morey, you finally got what you wanted. You definitely deserve this one. And once again, Sixers fans, can we get a round of applause? DARYL Morey, you are absolutely an unbelievable human being for bringing James Harden into the city of Philadelphia to pretty much make this team, in my personal opinion, if they can get there, a title contender. If James Harden can get into his rhythm, and if he can just make a lot of his shots, and if he can do what he does, this can be a really dangerous team that can possibly go for a chip and maybe get past the second round. That is probably what we need to do first, get past the second round so teams can stop making fun of us, and hopefully James Harden can provide us something alongside Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey, as well in the lineup Tobias Harris and Matisse Thybulle, and with the rest of the bench. And again, Unbelievable move by Daryl Morey. Daryl Morey, you are unbelievable. I know I'm repeating myself a bunch of times, but you know what? I am just so excited that this trade has happened. We needed a second option alongside Joel Embiid because Joel Embiid cannot do this on his own. So James Harden comes in and he will help out Joel Embiid. And you know what, man? I am happy with this trade. And Daryl Morey, thank you so much. Leave your thoughts down in the comments section. How do you feel about this trade? What would you grade this trade? What are your pros? What are your pros? What are your cons? Throw them down in the comment section below. I want to see what you guys think, and let's go Birds, baby. Anyway, guys, see you next time. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. We will see you next time. Peace out. James Harden, welcome to Philly, baby. Let's go.